Starting things off at number 10, we got the Clermont Twins. Shannon and Sinead Clermont are influencer twins based in LA and NYC with 1.4 million followers on Instagram. They are famous for being really hot twins. But the twins are notorious users of editing apps to the point where they don't even look like themselves in person. The image on the left shows what they look like on Instagram, and the image on the right is what they look like in person. The twins have also had a fair amount of surgery over the years. The top photo is what they used to look like a few years ago, and the bottom photo is what they look like now. I wonder if they got the exact same surgeries so that they'd continue looking like twins. Or maybe they went to the same plastic surgeon, who knows. That's the whole point, right? We're looking at these pics and analyzing them. Anyways, alright, so moving on. Megan Feather. Megan Feather has 394,000 Instagram followers. She's an influencer and YouTuber from the UK. I mean, listen, from her photos, she doesn't look like a real person. She's beautiful, don't get me wrong, but she doesn't look real. And that's because she's heavily edited. Here are some side-by-sides. I mean, she's not by any means unattractive, but do you see how much of a real person she looks like on the right and how fake the edited photos look? One thing I do appreciate about Meg Feather is she doesn't edit her body that much. She's a curvy woman, and that is beautiful. I'm glad she doesn't go overboard on the body tweaking, which is why she's not higher on our list. At number 8 on our list, Aubrey O'Day. Aubrey O'Day is a singer-songwriter and television personality. She was a breakout star on MTV's Making the Band back in 2005. She's got 139,000 followers on Instagram. From her photos, you would never feel like anything is amiss. Everything normal? Yep. Good? Yep. Nothing amiss. But Aubrey O'Day was recently at a premiere for Marriage Boot Camp, and photos of her from the event show a very different Aubrey from what you see on the gram. Aubrey has gone under the knife, that is no secret, but it's clear from these images that she doesn't look a heck of a lot like she does on Instagram, now does she? And at number 7 on our list, Marina Mayer. Marina Mayer is an Instagram model who hails from Russia, motherland. She's got 1 million followers on Instagram. She regularly posts photos to the platform that show her lavish lifestyle. Now, it's pretty difficult to find information about her, likely because she might have changed her name before she got famous. She is also Russian, and the Russians have completely different alphabet. But Marina has been exposed time and time again on various news websites for what she used to look like, and honestly, it is different from what you see on Instagram. She's admitted to having a nose job and lip fillers, and quite a few other cosmetic procedures. Up next at number 6 is Tyra Banks. She started her modeling career at a young age of 15 and went on to become the first African American woman to be featured on the cover of GQ and Sports Illustrated. She was also a Victoria's Secret angel from 1997 to 2005, so I don't really have to convince you that she is a gorgeous woman. Tyra was also the host and leading lady of the reality competition show America's Next Top Model, but because her career has constantly consisted of modeling, we're used to seeing her all done up. In 2015, she got real with all of her fans and decided to post a barefaced selfie on Instagram. The 41-year-old at the time posted the selfie and captioned it, "You know how people say #NoFilter, but you know there's a freaking filter on their pic? Or maybe there's a smidge of retouching going on, but they're lying and saying it's all raw and real? I decided to give you a taste of the really real me. And there you are, looking at me, studying this picture. Maybe you're thinking, whoa, she looks rough. And if you are, great. You deserve to see the real me. The really real me. We gotta give her credit for being open and real about it, but she does look drastically different than what we're used to seeing. Paparazzi have also caught her rocking a bare face, but she doesn't seem to mind." In at number 5, Giuliana Nati. Giuliana is a stylist and influencer with 1 million followers on Instagram. She also holds seminars on how to be insta-famous, and she makes people pay money for that too. From her photos, she looks no more than 30 years old. She often poses in front of iconic European photo destinations like the Eiffel Tower and the Duomo in Milan. But Giuliana looks nothing like her photos in real life. Here's some before and afters. Look man, she's still a beautiful woman, but she's a little older. Why she needs to conceal that is beyond me. It's totally okay to get a little bit older. But looking back at her photos on her Instagram account, she just doesn't look real. She looks like a video game character or something, and she actually looks different if you compare her Instagram photos side by side. Her face changes a lot. Honestly, I kind of feel bad for her. At number 4 on our list, Alena Omovych. Alena has 1.1 million followers on Instagram. She's yet another Instagram model that does not look like a real life human being. She looks like she was generated by AI. And you know what? Maybe she low-key was. The thing that irks me the most about Alena is like the waist thing. There is no way anyone could have a waist that small. It is not physically possible. Especially not if you ate that cheeseburger, Alena. I had a cheeseburger for lunch. It was delicious. But my pants are tight now. In at 3, Dirty Hippie. Dirty Hippie, aka Hannah Winifred Tittensor, is a smaller influencer with just over 42,000 followers on Instagram. From recent photos, she looks like a black woman. But if you look at older photos, it becomes clear that Dirty Hippie is actually a white woman. a white woman who clearly likes tanning a lot. And actually she was on one of Barcroft's episodes of people who are addicted to tanning. One of my favorite accounts, Beauty False, recently exposed her. Here are some side-by-side images that show just how much she edits her face. And here's an image that shows just how much she edits her body. The image on the left is taken from her Instagram page. The image on the right is from Barcroft's video. Like, bro, that waist is tiny. I feel like the only people with waists that small are women that are like 5'1". If you've had a waist that tiny, I commend you. I just know for the majority of women, a waist like this is completely unattainable. And clearly it's unattainable naturally for Hannah as well. Not gonna happen. And getting close now, at number 2 we got Jen Selter. At 12.7 million Instagram followers, Jen Selter is one of the most famous lifestyle and fitness influencers in the game. She's also famous for her butt. She used her massive following to feed into her various ventures. She's got a protein bar she named after herself called the Jenstabar. She is the co-owner of BlendJet, which is that portable blender thing you see on Instagram and the sponsored thing. I almost bought one of those and I still might. They look dope as hell, but the shipping was outrageous, so it just kinda clicked away. But you are not here to hear about portable blenders, you are here because you want to see what Jen Selter used to look like, and friends, here it is! Jen had a nose job when she was only 15, but the before and after photos of the operation are still available because her teenage plastic surgery story was featured in several different publications and also on the Today Show. Taking over the #1 spot is Kathy Griffin. The comedian has had a similar look throughout her career. The only thing she's really changed is her hairstyle. She's rocked a pixie cut, a bob, extensions, and even a perm. But one thing that has stayed the same is the color, and that is orange. Normally we see her in a face full of makeup since her career has kept her under a heavy spotlight, but an article surfaced back in 2012 and it was titled, "Kathy Griffin without makeup is barely recognizable." And they weren't lying. You know when your no makeup pictures make their own headlines that it has to be some sort of shocking transformation. The picture surfaced and showed her going for a walk at the Runyon Canyon hike in Hollywood with her boyfriend Randy. Her fresh face left people stunned, and some people, not me, went as far as saying that she looks like the comedian Carrot Top. Again, they weren't lying, she kinda does, but I think that's with the red hair. And that's not to be rude or anything, but you cannot tell me that in these pictures she does look drastically different and she does look a little bit like him. She just does. Starting things off at number 10, Danielle Cohn. The only reason why I put her in this list was because y'all said in the comments of part 1 you were surprised she wasn't on it. We all know. I wanted to give you some new info, but okay, Dani Cohn has been called out so many times for her very poor use of editing apps. She doesn't even bother to make sure that the background is straight. And it sucks because her audience is made up of impressionable young girls and boys. Here's a photo of her in a bikini for Fashion Nova. Here's a photo of her on that same day wearing the same bikini but unedited. Now Dani has talked about the fact that she edits her photos. I mean, I feel like she felt like she had to. But making herself into that hourglass shape is not something a 13, 14, 15-year-old girl should be doing. In at number 9 we got Cindy Kimberly. Cindy Kimberly, aka Wolfie Cindy, is a model, and on Instagram she has 5.8 million followers. You may or may not recognize her from that photo Justin Bieber posted on his Instagram page with the caption, "Oh my god, who is this?" So effectively Justin Bieber declared to his millions of followers in 2015 that he thought Cindy Kimberly was cute. His army of believers tracked her down and the story made international headlines. At the time Cindy Kimberly was 17 years old, and within a couple of months of Justin posting that photo of her, she had a career as a model. She became one of the most popular Instagram models on the platform, and she also has a YouTube channel with 500,000 subscribers. But Cindy Kimberly used to look totally different, and I think believers were the ones who found old pictures of her when they were searching her up. From photos of her as a child you can see a clear change in her appearance, particularly her lips. She also had a nose job. There are a heck of a lot of people who want to look like Cindy Kimberly. According to the publication Cosmetic Town, her look is one of the most requested in the plastic surgery field. And at 8 on our list we got Sveta Bilyalova, aka Sveta Billy on Instagram. She's got 6.3 million followers. She is a Russian socialite and Instagram model based in LA. She first shot to social media stardom on Vine, where she posted funny videos before moving on to Instagram in 2013. Her most notable modeling gig was when she was featured in the music video for Low Life by Future featuring The Weeknd. But because she shot to stardom so quickly, there were lots of people who were curious about her, so they started digging into her past. That is when many of the photos of what she used to look like before surgery came from. Sveta has denied getting surgery, but I mean, Yeah, she looks totally different, as you can see from these before and afters. In at 7, Miss Andrea G, aka Andrea G. Andrea, the queen of swimwear as she calls herself, has 254,000 followers on Instagram. From her photos, she looks like she's got an absolutely rockin' bod and a lifestyle that most of us would dream of having. I mean, does she ever come off that yacht? I wouldn't. But there's something about Andrea's photos that looks a little too good to be true. Take this one, with the dove. I don't think that bird is real. And you know what else isn't real? Her Instagram photos. In at 6, Celine Centino. Celine is an influencer based in Zurich with 160,000 followers on Instagram. This one is a doozy, yo. You can tell from her pictures that they are edited. She does not look like a real life human being in them. It was also hard for me to find any images that were appropriate to share with you here because her posts are quite saucy. But Celine also posts videos where she looks absolutely nothing like her photos. Like, you can see that she doesn't, so I'm not sure if she cares that people can see a difference. But yeah. Here's a photo of her on Instagram side by side with a screenshot from a video. When I was researching this video, I also found out that Celine looked very different a few years ago. Let's bring up a transformation photo, shall we? Yep, that's definitely different. Halfway through the list, at number 5 is Adele. The girl is incredibly talented and there is no denying that she is beautiful. Unlike some of the other people on this list, Adele keeps a low profile in the Hollywood scene. She doesn't make the tabloids often and she keeps things pretty chill at her concerts and on her social media. But that doesn't mean when she's in the spotlight that she's not in full glam and dressed to the nines. But that paparazzi can be sneaky, and over the years they have caught some shots of her walking around without any makeup on. Does she look different? Yes. Does she look ugly? No, I actually think she has a lot of natural beauty. She really doesn't need all of that glam. Back in 2016, she posted a video clip on her Instagram of her revealing the news that she was canceling one of her shows due to a sickness. In the video, she is bearing a makeup-free face, and a really sick one at that. We can all admit that we don't look too hot when we've got this nasty cold brewing up in here, and although she does look really different than the red carpet Adele we've seen, she looks pretty good, especially considering how sick she is, which you can hear in her voice. Here we are at number 4 with Chelsea Handler. She's made a name for herself with her bold stand-up comedy routines and uncensored books, not to mention her erratic interviews on pretty much every talk show ever. She's also grabbed the attention of her fans by posting topless photos to her Twitter account, which not surprisingly got removed. That's against the terms of service. But her no makeup picture also grabbed their attention because people were saying that it was the roughest of the bunch. Chelsea obviously played it up a bit. The hair was an absolute mess, so we have to believe she did it for some laughs, and that's totally something that she would do. But the bare face pictures that have ended up in magazines show the difference in her face. Makeup keeps the face looking young, so when you take all of that off, you just see her real age, and she just looks a little bit tired and a bit hungover, which she probably is. Getting close now at number 3, Zara Mcdermott. This one is real drastic. Zara Mcdermott is yet another reality television star with 1.2 million followers on Instagram. If you didn't know, she was on the show Love Island in 2018 and she was on X Factor Celebrity. But yeah. When I'm looking at this girl's Instagram, I feel so bad about myself. Bro, I almost like her body more without the editing. She looks like a woman. Like a real woman. I don't even know how someone who's on TV all the time can think they can get away with editing their photos this much. Like, bro, like, we're gonna know. We're gonna find out. We gon' know. In at 2, Sonya Miro. Sonya Miro is a Russian makeup artist from Moscow with 422,000 followers on Instagram. She also sells some sort of gold serum. You can get it at a link on her Instagram page. Not really sure what that's for. It's all in Russian. But like the other influencers on our list, Sonya looks absolutely nothing like her photos in real life. I mean, what a difference. I feel like if you really wanted to create a fake persona online, you would have to make sure that there's absolutely no photos of you that exist anywhere else. But what happens if a fan wants to take a photo with you, or if your friend wants to take a photo of you? There will always be two versions of you floating around. There's something about someone who uses a lot of Facetune but then also claims to be a makeup artist. Bruh, doesn't using a ton of Facetune kind of defeat the purpose of being a makeup artist? You're more like a Photoshop artist than a makeup artist. Am I right? Alright, and at number 1 on this list, Elba Prescoli. Elba Prescoli is an Instagram influencer with around 118,000 followers on the platform. From her photos, you never would have guessed that she would be anything other than perfect. She's extremely thin as well. She looks like a Victoria's Secret model. How is it even possible to have a waist that small? Spoiler alert, it's not possible. well, it is possible with Facetune. Elba Prescoli actually had to make her Instagram account private because she was recently exposed by my favorite Instagram account, CelebFace. She actually is the person who inspired this list because I have never seen such a drastic use of editing in my life. Elba Prescoli on the left is what she looks like on Instagram, and Elba on the right is what she looks like in real life. We know this because she was recently at a red carpet event and there were Getty Images photographers there. Getty Images are accessible by anyone, like I said. Side by side, if you look at those photos, they don't look like the same person, like they just don't. And here's a GIF to show just how much she edits the pictures. It is kind of insane because she's actually a very beautiful woman without editing. Why she feels the need to edit her photos to this degree is beyond me. Honestly, no wonder women have body issues, am I right? We all want to be like these tiny Instagram models, but they're not real. I'm gonna go eat a cheeseburger right after this because I'm allowed now. In at 10, Lindsay Pelas. Lindsay is a model, actress, and influencer with 9 million followers on Instagram. According to her Instagram bio, she is genetically gifted. Hey! Her words, not mine. Lindsay is beautiful, as are all of the women on this list. But Lindsay is a big fan of the Facetune, my friends. Here's a side by side. The photo on the left is from her Instagram page, the photo on the right is from a red carpet event. Now this one isn't as drastic as some of the other influencers on this list. She still resembles herself in the edited images, but you can see how she's using blurring and highlights to change the shape of her face, so it looks like a Barbie doll face. She's still stunning, but not quite the person that we see in Instagram in real life. Next up at number 9 we have Lady Gaga, another celebrity known for her wild wardrobe and red carpet looks. We could never forget the time she showed up wearing a dress made of real raw meat. That probably smells so bad. Throughout her career, we haven't really seen her in anything less than that. She's always rocking different colored wigs, lots of makeup, and oddly high-heeled shoes that make us wonder how she even stands in them. So people were pretty stunned when they got a first look at her in the movie A Star Is Born. In the movie, she took on the lead role as Allie, co-starring alongside Bradley Cooper. Her character in the film required her to not look at anything like Lady Gaga, but to look like a regular girl just trying to make a music career for herself. Bradley, who also directed and produced the movie, revealed that he forced Gaga to take off all of her makeup during the screen test. Like, he literally handed her a makeup wipe. He wanted her to have as minimal as possible done to her face and hair so that she could really embrace her character. She looks beautiful, by the way, but you can barely recognize her without any makeup on and her natural brown hair. That's right, Gaga is actually a brunette, and I hear brunettes have more fun. It is about that time for number 8, Miss Natalie Halcro. Natalie Halcro has 3.7 million Instagram followers, and one of those followers is Ariana Grande. Wow! From her Instagram account, she's got one of the most peculiar and at the same time most stunning faces I've ever seen in my life. Like, I can't stop looking at her! And I bet you anything those 3.7 million followers feel the same way. Almost too pretty to be real, right? Right! Bam! 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 Oh, somebody stop me! And Natalie's Instagram account makes her a lot of money. With that many followers, Natalie is charging tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars for paid promotional posts. Every other post on her account is a paid promotion. I'll just let that sink in while you do the math. She's obviously still pretty, she just doesn't look like she does in her pictures, that's all. In at 7, the Fashion Freak. The Fashion Freak, aka Melly Sanchez, is a verified influencer with 1.5 million followers on Instagram. And there's videos up on her page as well that show she is genuinely an extremely beautiful woman and a very talented makeup artist. But then, like, why all the editing, bro? She's also someone that's had quite a bit of plastic surgery. Here's a photo that shows just how drastic her looks have changed over the years. And here's a GIF that shows an image taken straight from a Getty Images camera paired with that same image, but edited. Savage, yo. By the way, Getty Images is a database where photographers will take photos at events, and anyone can access these photos online. That's why it's possible to get both versions. In at number 6, we got Tana Mongeau. You knew she was gonna be on this list. Tana loves editing her photos. She's been exposed time and time again, and she's been called out for her excessive use of editing apps by Bella Thorne. Now, Tana doesn't do a heck of a lot of Facetune on her face, but she's shown to use it excessively on her body. This photo is the most famous one, the one in the yellow bikini. Oh yeah, I know you know that one. The photo on the left was what she posted to Instagram, and the photo on the right is a screen grab from a video taken on the exact same day, wearing the same yellow bikini that shows her real body. And she doesn't even do that good of a job at hiding the evidence. Her photos are always filled with blurred pixels and wonky lines all over the place. Honestly, there's nothing wrong with having a body that looks like that, but I mean, don't make people feel bad about themselves if you don't have a body like that. Man, I got all the roles coming out. I'm just At number 5, Sahara Ray. Sahara Ray is a model with 1.2 million followers on Instagram, and she's got her own swim line. You probably remember her as being one of Justin Bieber's exes. I'm pretty sure she was the one that was like with the naked photos of Justin Bieber. You remember that in the waterfall thing? Yeah, I think that was her. Anyways, I found some photos of her at a recent appearance at Girl Cult Festival in Los Angeles. She looks totally unrecognizable. She looks absolutely nothing like the person she posts on Insta. Now, I'm pretty sure she had a little bit of work done recently, so I'm not sure if these photos accurately reflect what she looks like now, but when I saw these pictures of her, they reminded me of Elba Prescoli from part 1. Can we make up a pic? I'm sorry, but don't these two women look like the exact same person? Are y'all using the same editing app or what? Cause these are two completely different women. In at number 4 on our list, we got Anna Andres. Anna is a Ukrainian model, TV presenter, and entrepreneur with close to 1 million followers on Instagram. She was also crowned Miss Ukraine Universe in 2014, and she's got her own jewelry company. She's got amazing style and a heck of a lot of class. She kind of reminds me of Audrey Hepburn, and that is a huge compliment coming from me. But wait till you see what she used to look like. I mean, totally different. That's not to say that she wasn't beautiful before. She was actually discovered in a coffee shop when she was 15 by a woman who worked with beauty pageants. She got more into modeling and went to places like Shanghai for work. She's also not shy about what she used to look like either. This is a collage that she shared to her Instagram that shows Anna Andres at an age of 15. Anna is a pretty private person, so she doesn't reveal too much about herself in interviews, but it is rumored that she's had several surgeries on her chest, lips, and nose. Alright guys, in our 3rd spot is Katy Perry. She's often photographed with fun colored hair, rainbow eyeliner looks, and costumes that have confetti and fire coming out of her breasts. But fans got to see an up-close and personal look at her without any of that on after her ex-husband Russell Brand posted a picture to his Twitter account. It was in December 2010 that he posted a very unflattering picture, as she called it, of her without any makeup on and very harsh lighting, which is never a good thing. I think he used the flash and got as close as possible. And no one looks good when you do that. The picture was definitely something her fans haven't seen before. She looks tired because she's in bed and probably got woken up by this picture. And she also rocked a couple of blemishes that she had. So basically, she looks like a normal human. But for some reason it was removed shortly after being posted, so I'm thinking that he got into some hot water for posting it thinking that it was funny or something. It's never funny. Katy is obviously a knockout, so this isn't meant to trash her in any way, but she does look different. However, there is not a person on this earth who doesn't get blemishes and who might look a little rough sometimes, regardless of how attractive they are. Swiping the number 2 spot is Pink. She's an artist who's always stayed true to her style, and throughout her career, her look hasn't changed all that much. She's rocked the short hair her entire career and also that tomboy rock and roll style. When you think about Pink, you don't really think of her as a beauty guru. Oftentimes, the paparazzi has caught her walking around LA in a pair of sweaters, a baggy t-shirt, and a beanie. They've also caught her without any makeup on, and the difference is obvious. It's almost like the shape of her face has completely changed once you take off all the makeup, because we all know that contouring your face is pretty much the fake it till you make it for plastic surgery. It can change the appearance of your jawline, your cheekbones, your nose shape, basically everything. When Pink wears a makeup-free face, it totally goes with her overall look. But she looks like a different person when she hits the red carpet. At number 1 on our list, Kirsten Hancher. Oh, I'm about to ruffle some feathers with this one. Kirsten Hancher is a Canadian YouTuber and influencer with 6 million followers on Instagram. She also has 1.1 million subscribers on YouTube. She is known for her dope outfits and beauty tutorials. Other than that, she's known on Instagram for her absolutely tiny 12-inch waist. Like damn, you could wrap a glow stick necklace around that thing. But I mean, listen, some of us don't have itty bitty waists. Plenty of very fit women who work out every day do not have tiny waists. It's just not achievable unless we physically starve ourselves. But Kirsten, sweetie, I feel like you're going a little far with the Facetune, don't you think? And Kirsten Hancher doesn't only Facetune her body, she goes overboard on her face as well. Here's a no makeup look on her Instagram, and this is what she looks like in a video. I could do an entire video on Kirsten Hancher. There are entire Instagram accounts made to expose her and her Photoshop. But alas, we only have so much time in a video. In at number 10, we got Abigail Ratchford. 9 million people follow Abigail, who calls herself the Queen of Curves. And she ain't exaggerating. Abigail is stunning. She's an American model and aspiring actress who's constantly in news publications like Maxim, Zoo, Zoo and the New York Post. She's been modeling since a young age and was even part of the Miss Pennsylvania pageant when she was 21. Abigail has had a fair bit of plastic surgery. She's rumored to have had butt and chest implants, but overall I don't think her face has changed a whole lot. According to an internet user called Nick who claims his family is friends with Abigail's, she went from being an ugly duckling who was bullied to an Instagram famous girl in Hollywood that hangs out with celebrities. I have seen her on those Facetune exposed Instagram accounts, but that is for another video. Moving right along now to number 9 on our list, Jelena Karleusastar. Jelena is a Serbian singer with a staggering 2.1 million followers on Instagram. She is the most followed Western Balkan woman on social media, and she's also thought of as both a pop and fashion icon. From her photos, she literally looks like a blonde Kim Kardashian. She's perfect. Almost too perfect. Jelena was exposed by another account, Beauty False, and man, the difference between what she looks like in person and what she looks like in photos is astonishing. She was born in 1978, making her 41 years old. She's definitely not a young woman anymore, so I can understand the need to keep up appearances and remain as young looking as possible forever. The crazy thing is, some celebrities are so big that you're never gonna get close enough to them in person to see what they actually look like. In at number 8, Sweetie Giuliana. This has to be one of the most severe cases of face tuning on this list, but honestly there was a lot, so I just threw this one in there. Giuliana has 151,000 Instagram followers. Some unedited photos of her surfaced on Yoba Journal. These photos were taken on the exact same day. Do you see how drastic that editing is? It is crazy. Even more crazy, if you were a fan of her and you saw her on the street, you probably would have no idea that it's her. At lucky number 7 on our list, Mariam Rahman. Mariam Rahman is a makeup artist with 528,000 Instagram followers. I actually didn't want to put her on this list because I do find her stunning, even without the Photoshop. She also posts makeup tutorials where you see what her real face looks like, which is why she's not higher on our list. But if you look at photos that were taken by other people that she didn't have control over, without ideal lighting, without all the makeup and the Photoshop and Facetune and FaceApp and whatever the hell she's using, she looks nothing like her photos in real life. In at number 6 on our list we got Alexandra Markina. Alexandra Sasha Markina has 1.3 million followers. She's a model and social media influencer. She does brand deals it seems like every few days, and at 1 million followers and $50,000 per post, that likely means she's raking in several $1,000,000 a year. But Alexandra has gone under the knife many times. Unlike some of the other influencers on this list, there are many pictures of her before she was the famous influencer she is today. This is a collage that shows the gradual change in her facial features. She's definitely had a nose job and there's definitely some lip plumping going on in there. Anybody feel like women who've had like lip injections and Botox only look good when they're not talking or smiling? Like I feel like everything's fine until they start talking, and then it's like a sort of situation. Halfway there at number 5 we got Joselyn Cano. Joselyn's following is 11 million strong. She's famous for her hourglass figure and she also has her own line of swimwear. She was born in Anaheim, California, but she is Hispanic. She's been modeling since a very young age, but her career really took off at age 20. Her career though also seems to have been fueled by the drastic changes in her appearance. Let's bring up some before and after, shall we? I mean, yeah. It's different. She was rumored to have undergone several surgeries, a rhinoplasty, Botox, lip enhancement. She's changed the entire shape of her face with cheek implants. And also, breast and butt implants. Can't forget those. In at 4, Sora Javu Selik on Instagram, but she says her name is Sarah. She's a model with 374,000 followers. There's all kinds of weird wonky things going on in her post. This is what she looks like on Instagram, and this is what she looks like in person. You really get a feel for how much she edits her photos when you look at her edited pics next to a screenshot from a video. I also found some stock images taken of her that show a very different person. Although apparently Neymar, like football star Neymar, doesn't seem to mind. Apparently he sent a private plane for her so she could visit him in Barcelona. I wonder if he was looking at photos of her on Instagram. And at number 3 we got James Charles. James Charles is known for his excessive use of editing, but unlike many of the other people on this list, James Charles does not hide the fact that he edits his photos. He shows before and afters very often, and he's even done video tutorials on how to edit your photos with Facetune. But you really get a feel for how drastic his editing is when you look at photos of him edited versus photos of him in person. Check out this selfie. Insane! Here is a gif of how much he edited his Met Gala photos. Like he even changed the shape of his head and his hair and his neck. James Charles' whole claim to fame is his makeup abilities, but those abilities are pretty much pointless if you're just using apps to change the shape of your entire face. Honestly, I feel like he looks better without the editing. All that Facetune makes him look like an alien, and not the kind of alien I want to hug. Coming into our number 2 spot on our list, Ola Farahat. Beautiful Ola Farahat has 1 million followers on Instagram. Ola is a fashion blogger based in Dubai and one of the most famous influencers in the Middle East. Her lifestyle is pretty much as bougie as you can get, but because she's got a bougie lifestyle, she goes to a lot of events. Events where there are Getty Images photographers. Here are some side-by-sides. Like, I really want to make sure my viewers know that I'm not calling these women ugly in person. They're still beautiful, they just don't look the way they do in their photos. And number 1 on our list, Khloe Kardashian. Khloe has 100 million followers and she is one of the biggest celebrities and influencers on this list who's been exposed time and time again for her excessive use of Photoshop and editing apps. I mean, she does belong to a family who's known for altering their appearance. When you got people like Kim Kardashian, Kylie Jenner, and Kendall Jenner in your family, I mean, she probably feels the need to keep up with them. But Khloe does go a bit overboard with the editing, and you can see a difference both on TV and in unedited images published by red carpet photographers. Honestly, I feel like if it weren't for the Kardashians, a lot of us wouldn't feel the need to get plastic surgery or edit our photos because we wouldn't be trying to keep up with beauty standards they have set for the rest of the world. Yet the Kardashians are some of the most notorious users of Photoshop, and I mean, we all know about the plastic surgery. Beginning our countdown list at number 10 is Cardi B. The queen is adored by many people despite her crazy behavior and weird sound effects. I don't think it's weird, I think it's endearing. She's always been very honest about her personal life and has even been open about her past career as a stripper. Let's just say she doesn't hide much from her fans. She's known for her look, the long pointy nails, the rainbow wigs, the face full of makeup, and the bedazzled skimpy outfits. Even Ellen DeGeneres dressed up as her for Halloween this year and called herself Cardi E. So you'd probably be surprised when taking your first look at her without any of that on. Underneath all the accessories and the makeup is a completely different person. Not that she looks ugly by any means, but her natural hair is different than what we normally see and her face looks like a different person. I mean, you're guaranteed to look different once you remove the fake eyebrows and the eyelashes. Anyone would look different after caking all of that on all the time and then revealing what's underneath. But her fans have enjoyed seeing the few times she has gone online without any makeup on, commenting that they love seeing her without makeup and that she should show off her naked face more often. Face, Cardi, show off your naked face. I mean, the rest of it's fine too, I guess. In at 9, Norvina. Norvina, aka the beautiful Claudia Sore, has 1.6 million followers on Instagram. You may recognize her as the president of Anastasiya Beverly Hills. She is one of the most well-known makeup artists in the game. Norvina's photos are perfect. There are literally no imperfections whatsoever. But even Norvina, as beautiful as she is, doesn't look the way she does in the photos she posts on Instagram. Norvina was recently at a red carpet event where the good people of Getty Images were there. As I said in part 1 of this series, Getty Images photographers don't edit their images, but they're often at high-profile events. Anyone can access the Getty Images database. The photo on the left is what she looked like on Instagram, and the photo on the right is what she looks like without editing. Like, she's still so stunning either way, but these two photos don't look like the same person. Moving on to the number 8 slot is Madonna. She has been referred to as the Queen of Pop since the 1980s, and it's safe to say that she has earned that title. She's known for pushing the boundaries when it comes to her songwriting compared to the mainstream music we hear today. Overall, she's just a queen. She walks around doing what she wants when she wants. Here's a prime example for you. She had a concert a few days ago and she showed up late to it, and a fan is trying to sue her for changing the start time last minute. If you think Madonna cared, you're wrong. No. Her response was, I quote, "Here's something you all need to understand, and that is a queen is never late. Everyone else is early." With a badass attitude like that comes thrifty style makeup and rock and roll style accessories, but get rid of all that and you wouldn't even recognize her if you saw her on the street. Let's keep in mind though that she is 61 years old now and she looks pretty good for her age. And let's face it, a queen doesn't have to wear makeup. Case in point, boo. In spot number 7 is the legendary Oprah. She hardly ever steps out in public when she's not in her full glam, but she has embraced a more natural look on her social media at one point in time. Back in 2014, she posted some videos showing the behind the scenes of her glam squad going to work for the Screen Actors Guild Awards event. Through the series of videos, you could see her transform from a bare face into her full glam look, and we'd all be lying if we said that it didn't make a huge difference. Her eyebrows were drawn in, her whole face was contoured, her lips were lined and colored, and she put contacts in instead of her regular glasses. But we can't really blame her. The 65-year-old TV personality is always in the public eye, and she's probably just wanting to look and feel her best. I probably would too. She still looks like the Oprah we all came to know and love, she just looks different and younger. No offense. In at 6, Nima Benati. Nima is a fashion photographer from Italy with 596,000 Instagram followers. She is a very talented photographer who shot campaigns for Dolce & Gabbana and YSL Beauty. But let's dive into our Instagram versus reality side by sides, eh? I mean, totally different. She is super pretty in person, as you can see from those Getty Images photos, but like, why the Photoshop, bro? I'm genuinely shocked that someone this pretty edits their photos this much, but I mean, she's a fashion photographer who's around supermodels 99% of the time, so if I were in that position, maybe I would feel compelled to compete with them. But even Bella Hadid, the most beautiful woman in the world, scientifically the most beautiful woman in the world, edits her photos. I don't know, man. Halfway there now. At number 5, we got Ellie Brown, aka Brown.L on Instagram. Ellie has 1.1 million followers. She's a reality star who's on season 4 of UK Love Island. Now, Ellie has had a fair bit of work done, that's no secret. She was on Love Island, and if you haven't seen the show, contestants spend a fair bit of time in their bathing suits. Recently, there were some paparazzi photos taken of her on the beach, and like, well, like I hate talking about the altered bodies because there's absolutely nothing wrong with Elle's real body. Guess what, fellas? That's what real women look like. But that's just it. That is her real body. Whatever photos she's putting on Instagram are not who she really is. And at number 4, we got Sahar Tabar. If you've been watching this channel for a while, you know all about Sahar Tabar. She's an Iranian influencer who edits the crap out of her photos to the point where she looks like the corpse bride. Sahar Tabar's editing is so drastic that you can physically see the pixels being moved around and stretched out. Now, it's not just editing. Sahar Tabar's photos are a combination of both editing and makeup. Things like prosthetics, contouring, and colored contact lenses are something that she uses often. But she really looks nothing like her photos in real life. She's actually a very beautiful woman. Sadly, Sahar Tabar's shocking online persona has gotten her in a lot of trouble lately. She lives in Iran and she was arrested on charges of blasphemy, among other things like insulting the country's dress code. It is likely that Sahar Tabar will spend some time in prison over her social media posts. Getting close now. At number 3, we got Anyuta Rai. Anyuta's got 2.8 million followers on Instagram. She's a model, influencer, travel blogger, and fitness fanatic. She's yet another Russian influencer on our list. Why is there so many Russians? But she's also one of the most drastic examples of how you can change everything about yourself on this list. She's been modeling most of her adult life. She was discovered when she was 18 in a shopping mall. She doesn't talk too much about her life before she got famous. Most of it she keeps private, and that could be because she used to look like a completely different person. There are quite a few photos of her before she had plastic surgery. It is clear she had a rhinoplasty as well as lip injections. Talk about a glow up. In at number 2, Anastasiya Kvitko. Anastasiya is a Russian glamour model with 10.2 million Instagram followers. She's been exposed time and time again for making herself look absolutely nothing like she does in real life. I've come across this woman before, like so many before and afters of her so many times. In edited photos, she looks like a tall Selena Gomez with an absolutely perfect hourglass body. Without editing though, I mean, completely different person, right? That's not to say that it isn't okay to look the way she does in person. Man, I'm not perfect, I got cellulite, I got stretch marks, you know, like it is what it is, but damn yo, her 10.2 million followers are following someone that doesn't actually exist. By the way, pro tip, if you're looking at photos of someone online and they have absolutely no skin texture, that is a really good indication that they edit their photos. And at number 1 on our list, drumroll please! Nita Kuzmina. Nita Kuzmina is a model and former reality TV star with 1.8 million followers on Instagram. She is one of the most famous Instagram models from Russia on the platform. She's changed quite a lot since she appeared on the TV show Vacation in Mexico. From her photos on her Instagram page, she is like so glamorous and so beautiful. It is extremely difficult to find photos of Nita before she was famous, and that is because she changed her name. It used to be Gupta. Once you search up the name Nita Gupta Kuzmina, you can find many photos of her before her plastic surgery. She also went through a bit of an emo phase, it seems, and you really get a feel for how much she's changed when you look at before and after photos of her side by side, which I have. Please bring it up, editors. It's believed she got several surgeries, filler in her lips, she changed the shape of her nose, breast implants, and she corrected her cheekbone line. She also lost a substantial amount of weight, 48 kilograms in total.